Welcome to Drive 615. Let's go for a drive. This is the 2024 Jaguar F Type R75 all-wheel drive convertible. It's the last F Type from the Jaguar brand, and I've had it as a press loan for the past week where I've been daily driving it and getting to know it inside and out. The exterior color of this vehicle is Giola green. Coming off the heels of my last review, I had a Belgravia green Range Rover. I've been feeling very green lately from the JLR brands. But if we take a look at it in the direct sunlight, it's a beautiful color. You get a bit of sparkle throughout the paint. When you kind of step away and not direct sunlight, you get some more deep blue, gray type hues. So it's a versatile color. It's beautiful. It's flashy, but not too flashy, right? So it's kind of a more elegant color, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. As always on the reviews, we'll take a look at the exterior, the interior, then we'll go out and take it for a drive. Total MSRP as tested in this vehicle, $119,875. Let's go ahead and take a closer look up front. This spec does have the black exterior package, so this grille surround here is blacked out. Down through here it says F Type kind of etched in, that's all blacked out. The Jaguar badge through here is blacked out. Now this is kind of a matte black, but this inner surround here surrounding the Jaguar head is gloss black. Over here we've got the R indication. This is chrome on the actual R, black on the design through there. I think it looks nice. I wouldn't mind a little pop of color somewhere. Maybe just a, maybe the word Jaguar in a different color, but nevertheless it does look nice, and obviously this is all functional, allowing airflow to come straight through and to cool the engine. Up on the hood, we've got these heat extractors that not only look menacing and just gorgeous, they got some functionality too to help extract heat out of the engine. I do love how when you pop the hood, rather than folding up like this, it actually folds towards you, kind of clamshells out. I've always loved the look of that. They do that on the Viper and the STO, and I think it just looks fantastic on a vehicle like this. Again, all functional airflow through here, as well as on the side vents through here. We've got the premium LED Jaguar DRLs and headlamps in that J design. Super sleek, super thin. I mean, that's just how wide the headlamps are, but they blend in seamlessly with the body lines and the design of this vehicle. So I love the front end of this. It looks very, dare I say, Aston Martin-esque. I know people might get at me for making that comparison, but when I see the front of this, that's kind of what I see, honestly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the profile and see what we can see there. I absolutely love the profile of this vehicle, especially with the top down. Now with the soft top up, here's how it looks. But I absolutely, again, love the design of it this way. I think the proportions are very nice. I love in the rear, with the rear spoiler up, that is active. You can lower and raise it. With it up, it balances out the proportions of this vehicle. We're sitting on 20-inch wheels all the way around. Two-tone design with the red brake calipers. I think that gives it a nice pop of color, but basically everything else blacked out. We're sitting on 265s in the front, 305s in the rear. With this being all-wheel drive, you do feel like you're very planted and grounded. I do like up front, you got the Jaguar emblem through here. This is gloss black. Again, functional heat extractor here on the side. Small, yet still effective as we work our way down. You've also got a little badge right here, which is basically the silhouette or the outline of the vehicle itself. Jaguar logo. Flush door handles that'll pop out whenever you unlock the vehicle. Always think that's a cool design, and it'll say the word Jaguar on there as well. So again, a great looking vehicle. I'm 6'5" tall for reference, and this is what I look like standing beside it. It looks small on camera, but in reality it definitely fits me well, and it's got presence to it. Compact, but not too tiny to where it doesn't have any road presence. Let's take a look at the rear. So up top, we've got our removable windscreen. We've got these roll bar arches with gloss black behind each of the headrests as we work our way back. Again, we've got this spoiler up right now. I think it looks fantastic when it's fully engaged. You can raise and lower it while you're driving. Very sleek tail lamps, again, to mirror that up front. So let's work our way down to where the magic happens. We've got a quad exhaust, 2 on each side. They kind of stick out kind of far when you look at it from the profile right here, just because the body lines kind of taper in. But when you look at it dead on, they don't stick out past the rear of this bumper. And now I really do like this diffuser down through here. I feel like it just kind of gives it a little more race-esque vibe to it, especially with that center slit through there. Let me show you the trunk space real fast, then we'll listen to the exhaust. So to open up the trunk, now it doesn't really open up too much on its own. You kind of have to raise it yourself, and then from there, it'll do the rest of the work. Not a ton of trunk space. I do like the Jaguar there on kind of the kick plate coming out. 7.3 cubic feet of trunk space, so you're not working with a ton, but granted this is a convertible sports car, so it's not necessarily expected, but a good amount of compartments where you can kind of pull things up, strap stuff down as needed. Let's go ahead and listen to the exhaust. No soft close of the boot, so you'll have to use a handle on either side, and it's kind of heavy, yet, yeah, there we go, I got it that time. The first few times I didn't get it down, but let's go ahead and listen to the exhaust. So I'll start it up without the active exhaust on, then I'll turn the active exhaust on. I'll do a couple revs with each. So that's with it. That's with it off. Now let me turn the active exhaust on. Definitely get some nice little pops. It sounds best when it's under load and you're really getting on it when you're driving. But just at idle, you definitely get some nice heart and soul out of this Jaguar. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. There's the Jaguar on the door handle as it pops out. Take a look at this on the seal plate. That same logo that we saw earlier on the front of the vehicle. Step inside, we've got tan Windsor leather seats, absolutely gorgeous. As the sun shines in on that headrest, take a look at that Jaguar leaper there embossed. You've got Jaguar on the chrome surround through there. I love the design of these seats. Absolutely gorgeous stitching, design, cross stitching. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up, then we'll take a look. Foot on the brake, push to start. Steering wheel's got a great feel to it, perforated on the sides, smooth throughout. It's got the 12 o'clock center mark there. It's all black. We've got the Jaguar leaper here and the R indication down there. Hats off, well done. Paddle shifters are mounted to the steering wheel. They've got a wonderful feel to them. They've got little lines on the back that help you grip and keep your fingers from slipping. Love the continuation of this beautiful Windsor tan leather throughout. Love the white stitching. We've got a Meridian sound system in this vehicle. Sounds great, but most of the time I was listening to the sport exhaust. That was my favorite part. This is how you pop it down into dynamic mode. This is how you put it up into the snow, rain, ice mode. Hard buttons through here. They've got a great feel to them. They've got this kind of dotted type rubbery design. Same on the scroll knobs. Now this could probably use a little bit more, I don't know, oomph to it, if that's a word. It's just not a whole lot going on, but maybe that's all right. It's 10 inches, and I mean, you can go into, for example, the dynamic mode here, and that'll show you when I actually go into dynamic mode in the vehicle. It'll show you the setup for engine, gear shift, steering, suspension. This will give you basically a little 0 to 60. We've got G-force, and then we've got just the how much brake I'm pushing down and how much throttle I'm doing. So not the, not a whole lot going on, but maybe simplicity is sometimes good if you don't want to have to mess with a lot of stuff. You just got your music, phone, navigation, etc. What you need, and without all the fluff. Let me turn on this. That'll open up this vent. Very James Bond-esque, I love that. We've got Jaguar scripted on the inside of the little knob that you use to scroll this up or down. You got the silhouette here as well. scripted on this button here in the dash. Jaguar established 1935. If I push this button, that'll open up the glove box. I do feel like this is all just nicely done. Great interior finish. This is how you raise and lower the top. Now let's take a look real fast in here. Not much room at all, to be honest. We've got two USBs, we've got a micro SD, and then a 12 volt. So no USB-C in this vehicle. Not a great place to really put your phone. You can put it in the cup holder here, but that's probably gonna be your best spot to put drinks. Maybe put the phone back in here, but it gets a little bit tight. Or you can put the phone here in this little section through here. Fairly simple on the inside, but sometimes simple can be good. Digital instrument cluster, definitely very responsive. As you can hear me revving it up. Let's go for a drive. Behind the wheel and on the road in the Jaguar, what are we working with underneath the hood? That's a 5-liter supercharged V8 producing 575 horsepower and 516 pound-foot of torque. This is all-wheel drive, which means it'll put the power down safely, efficiently, and effectively, which I do really like. When you think about having a sports car like this and a big V8 stuffed in it, you want to be able to get that power without fishtailing and swerving and feeling in danger. You feel very safe when you drive this vehicle, which is one thing I love about it. We'll do the first portion of this review with the top up, then we'll pop it down and experience this convertible as it was intended. I'm putting the active exhaust on now. I'm gonna pop it down into dynamic mode. I've been driving this car with the exhaust on and dynamic mode. I always turn off auto stop start, not a big fan of that. And then I basically either drive with the gear knob popped over into S and shift up or down accordingly, or just pop it into S and utilize the paddle shifters. I found like that's the most fun way to drive this vehicle, although you can certainly just drive it in regular mode without the loud exhaust, or louder exhaust rather, and just be comfortable. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few downshifts here. That's D3 or S3, S2, put in S1. Whoa, 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 yeah, baby. I've been driving this all week, and I still am getting incredibly excited when I put the hammer down in this thing. It just, you get burbles from the exhaust. Now, I will say, it's a tougher car to figure out, because you can't tell when it's gonna do the burbles. See, I did 3,500 RPM let off there in S3. Didn't do anything in S1. Got a little bit maybe. So it's kind of like definitely a surprise as to when it's gonna do what it's gonna do, which is kind of nice. It's not very cookie cutter. But I will say it doesn't have a ton of overbearing burbles, pops, and just backfires like crazy. So it is subtle in a sense, but definitely does give you some liveliness and some energy. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put the top down. As long as you're going under 30 miles an hour, you can put the top down. So we'll go ahead and do that. You'll just see just how quick it comes down. Excuse the wind noise for a moment. We'll roll the windows up here in just a moment. And just like that, the top is down. We are ready to rock. Side windows up, windscreen is up, and let's enjoy this on this beautiful 60-degree sunny weather day here in Nashville. Let's put the hammer down. Yes! Let's go! Oh, yeah! You hearing what I'm hearing? You seeing what I'm seeing? Man. Now granted, I might not be going the speed limit. I might be going 1 or 2 miles an hour over the speed limit, but now, I will say, it doesn't, for whatever reason, it does not sound like a supercharged V8. I don't know what it is with maybe the tuning or the emissions or there's some restrictions they have to put on it. It sounds more turbo-y to me. It doesn't sound like that. That sound is more deep, and those back pops upon upshift are more, I don't know how to say it. It just sounds more turbo-y. It sounds more deep, growly versus like a V8 grumble. Now, this is not an American V8, but typically you might think a supercharged V8 would kind of sound somewhat similar, but this sounds nothing like any of the other V8s I've driven. We're an S1, I'm gonna floor it. I did those quick shifts just so I could blast through the gears, and that was pretty much from a dead stop. We're gonna do a true 0 to 60 launch, and again, I feel so comfortable that this 575 horsepower is easy to tame because it's all-wheel drive. I can literally floor it and feel so safe. I'm gonna pop it in just to automatic. I'm not gonna actually do any shifting. I'm in sport mode. When the light turns green, we're gonna floor it off the line. And again, here we go. This thing moves. This thing really moves. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. We're gonna go back into this regular mode and we'll talk a little bit about a few things of this vehicle because I've just been having, you know, too much fun here. Let's talk a little bit more about the practicality side of things. So visibility with the top down, perfect. You get a straight shot out, no blind spot as expected with most convertibles. Let's go ahead and throw the top up. And I will say, obviously it's a little different because it's a convertible. There's not a whole lot they can do. I think the only car I've had a non-blind spot is my 2002 Ford Thunderbird, that when the top was up on that, I had some visibility. But here, all you see is this top portion here. So, you know, thankfully you got good visibility out the rear. You can always look out the rear or kind of over the side, but blind spot there, good visibility out the front. I do love out the rear how you can see that spoiler. You can raise and lower that while you're driving. Just a cool car. Doesn't have a ton of frills and a bunch of extra stuff, but maybe that's what some people like. Didn't get a lot of attention. Maybe that's also what some people like. You think a $120,000 green Jaguar V8 sports car would get a lot of attention. For whatever reason, it didn't. But that's all right, you know, to each their own. And let's go through this tunnel here, and I will leave you with these final sounds of this V8. We are in sport mode, exhaust is back on. Let's go ahead and do what she does best. Here we go. Whoa, baby! That wasn't even in dynamic mode, so it was still ready to eat. All right, guys, I'm in dynamic mode. I put it into sport. Let's go ahead and do a 0 to 60. I'm gonna brake boost it a little bit and go. 60. Wow. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing really just doesn't hesitate, doesn't lag. It just puts the power down and it goes when you tell it to go. That was fun. The little brake boost, kind of more like a launch control, was sweet. I just put the brake down, revved it up to a couple thousand RPM, and we were ready to rock. That is amazing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.